Jennifer. Why doesn't that feather look pleasant? Fasten your taste buds for gastronomic ride. 'Cause us two fat ladies are itching up to get into your kitchen.
Hello and welcome to Two Fat Ladies Cooking. Today we will be discovering the difference of using baking soda versus baking powder in baking confetti cupcakes. Good bakers like us will rise to the occasion. It's the yeast we can do.
Now we are going to make our first batch of cupcakes with baking soda.
The first step is to cream the butter and the sugar together. The next step is to add eggs and vanilla extract to our mixture, which is already in this bowl. Now we're going to add flour to our mixture. In our first recipe, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Our next step is to add milk and sprinkles. We just preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and now we're putting our batter in the pan. Okay, let's speed this up.
Now we are going to make our second batch of cupcakes with baking powder.
And in this recipe, we're going to add baking soda instead of baking powder.
Both baking soda and baking powder are leavening agents, which means they are added to baked goods before cooking to produce carbon dioxide and cause them to rise. Baking powder contains baking soda, but the two substances are used under different conditions. Baking soda is pure. When baking soda is combined with moisture and an acidic ingredient, the resulting chemical reaction produces bubbles that expand under oven temperatures, causing baked goods to rise. The reaction begins immediately upon mixing the ingredients, so you need to bake recipes which call for baking soda immediately, or else they will fall flat, like this batch. Baking soda is also known by its chemist term, sodium bicarbonate. When heated, this chemical compound forms carbon dioxide gas, making your breads and cookies rise. That's not all it produces though, which can be a problem. When heated, sodium bicarbonate also produces sodium carbonate, which doesn't taste so great. It leaves an unpleasant alkaline flavor behind. But if you mix baking soda with an acid like lemon juice or another citric acid carrier, then the sodium carbonate is partially neutralized and leaves behind less aftertaste. This acid also helps the carbon dioxide gas release more quickly. Baking powder contains sodium bicarbonate, but it includes the acidifying agent already and also a drying agent. You can use baking powder in place of baking soda, but you can't use baking soda when a recipe calls for baking powder. Baking soda by itself lacks the acidity to make a cake rise. Baking powder is basically just baking soda with acid added in. It has just enough acid to use up the sodium carbonate. Depending on how much acid is in baking powder, it can be labeled as fast-acting, slow-acting, and double-acting. Most baking powders are double-acting and will release only a small amount of gas during mixing. The majority will release it in the hot oven.
Thank you for joining us on our cooking show. We hoped you learned a lot from us two fat ladies.
Those two fat ladies are itching up